Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LPL Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
In a challenging, bit sad missing the Grim Visage there to try and force Rookie to back away.
And this mid lane matchup is not necessarily the most interactive early, but you can see that they're both trying to force each other onto bad backs if they can. They're not really looking for the kill. I mean, you actually potentially could have done, but realistically what you're trying to do is force them out of lanes. They can't get themselves to that bigger break point. So there's a Herald into mid lane. Now NOP, they might be okay trading this dragon, even with a bit of a grimace, for a mid lane turret. So TT, they do not want to give this one up for free. Hook lands onto Chocho.
That's a big amount of damage. Chocho throws down. The ultimate gets a fair amount of healing back, but dies for it. Spiraling Despair onto Aki, who cannot get far enough away. So jungler for support trade likely? No, Sundered Sky healing keeps him alive for a moment, but not for long enough. And ThunderTalk win out in terms of the value. Has gone for the collector, so it is that lethality build. On the other side, Yukal being jumped on. This might actually be finally a combined armed response. And the carpet bombing links up with the land assault, and NIP get themselves a second kill.
Hooray! Blood, death, and Beitron stuck under the turret. He has a crescent guard. He has a crescent guard, and they don't have ult. I don't think this is good, folks.
There comes the crescent guard. They might get away with this, you know. I think Beitron dies, doesn't he?
He does eventually. Guys, what? Seriously, issues in the LPL. A lot of our teams have struggled to get clean objective setups. Things get messy after that point. Shanji now has flash, ult, ignite. He's on the side.
Aki on the other, they've got some very deadly combos to work with. Can Shanji find the ultimate he needs? Remember 1xN, no flash, could still be very vulnerable. The hook lands, it's onto Zhou, alongside the Spiraling Despair. Equalizer comes on through a Shanji to the backside, flashes on in, onto 1xN who cannot survive. Dead to rights on the other side, yes the Nautilus dies, but the damage, it's already done. Dragon's ignored, look at Photic though, that dragon you can't ignore. The turnaround damage is actually pretty excellent. Yukal survived, Beitron still got options to go forward. They put everything into murdering 1xN, and they do get the soul. Now how much can they do to run around as the execute finally comes in from Photic as it partway through the fight is hit with a wind, becomes lightning. Beitron breaks the tether and they'll back away. ThunderTalk win the fight just about and get the soul despite the early pick from NIP.
Yeah, that's the early pick in that fight onto the AD.
Entertain the masses, Alex. Is it time to bring out Hangman once more? wait, you called for it. Blood might be a blood. At least a Baron start. Here we go.
Okay, good weapons for 1xN. He has the rifle turrets, and here comes potentially a Baron start. Will they turn for a fight?
Chocho taking a little bit low, but the shielding can't come on through. The equalizer is in. 1xN healing up, not taking that low. Baron goes down! Stolen by Aki! Blood by all of his own control! Hoya turns up bizarrely on a flank to get 1v4 and died, and Aki gets out alive. ThunderTalk, that was abysmal!
Blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne, and ninjas have come to fight, and ThunderTalk is just left in the wake of the ninjas' lightning.
Photic just eviscerates a few people on the way out. Shanji puts on the afterburners.
Wait for Mountain Soul, maybe fight around your 2 items instead. It's because of this. They are eclipsed in damage. They are eclipsed at the Baron, and game 1 goes to the ninjas. ThunderTalk Gaming, on only 4 series wins, will be having their heads in their hands after game 1. They cannot afford to lose games like this. NIP, it's a step towards a sigh of relief for them.
It was a pretty tepid affair at last.
Past, we used to see Lee Sin with Lee Sin LeBlanc, Lee Sin Ari, Lee Sin with different champions that could kill you in mid lane. Now, actually, I think that Lee Sin is best at going towards
up further. It should still end up being a little bit too risky for Beitron to go for that 1v1.
So that Draw, this is another thing. Once you get these lane swaps, your supports can end up all around the map. Now, Draw couldn't get that many plays forced early last time. Flash out.
And flashing for the staggering blows afterwards. It didn't work topside, it does work mid. Fantastic play.
Again. Get himself a camp steal, and Rookie will have level 6 to round down. This is why Talia is an answer to Smolder, can very much threaten you under turret.
Jojo's just level 3, they land onto 1xN, the double seismic shove, the rocket jump afterwards, 1xN cannot get far enough away, the explosive charge is there, heal not enough, double kill bot, NIP, much cleaner in this early game.
That's going to be a couple of waves taken away from 1xN, you can ghost back, either you talked about you don't have the target access onto Tristana, how do you stop her from wailing on your front line as well? Well, with great difficulty. Feels like Yukal would be the person you'd ask with the big CC and the big AoE damage, when he's very far behind and potentially getting punished without having flash again. Rookie's ulting in. Kyle. He's in a really bad spot.
Oh, man. And it's just the moment his flash was blown early, every spotted recalling by the melee minions now.
Yeah, and that's a problem because any information on Baytron is very, very valuable to NIP. Hoya's crashing in towards topside, but they just saw Lee Sin on bot side. They know there's no jungle on topside, so they get shunted through the wall, and Hoya is going to be skinned.
Oh, there's nothing left to be done. We'll flash to go all out, and there's just nowhere to go because there's a Nautilus over the wall already. Summoner burned, another death.
Right now, but what we do have is a lot of vision for them. Look at the vision in the bot side jungle.
Yeah.
Baytron hasn't been able to get much done in early game. Partly that's because his team has not been able to control any sort of vision in his jungle. That vision allows Rookie to come down towards bot lane. Even though he doesn't have himself an ultimate, he doesn't need it. It's the same play again.
There's just nowhere to go. A kill onto Photic. This combo has been so good. Who needs a jungler?
The days of Invictus Gaming when they won their world championship with Rookie as their mid lane. Even back then, Rookie was the jungler for that team. And now that's going to sound strange. You think, but Alex, but Chimera, wasn't he a mid laner? Yes, but he did the job of jungler all the same. He's just popped himself Ghost there as well. Photic doesn't have Buster Shot. Photic, did you just die for plates?
I think he might have done. The explosive shot on top of him makes things quite difficult. There's nowhere to go. He knows what's going on. 1xN should just have this. Gets the kill. And 1xN goes, thank you very much on the top side, though. Because of that, it means that NIP can get some kills onto Hoya. So it'll end up being a 1-for-1, all things said.
Because they make the play bot side and then something happens top side. It's not really like that. Okay, so it is Kashanji once again. He gets himself the pull through the walls, so Hoya is not even allowed the safety of his own turret. Brought into the rest of his team, that is so sad for them. Baytron and Chocho, they would love to break open that mid lane turret and start making some more power plays into the enemy jungle. Still, they're going to get themselves towards Dragon. Hoya is trying to clear out this wave, gets hooked anyway. Here comes Rookie.
As well. I don't think there's a way over this wall particularly easily. Shoved back as well. And the seismic activity continues to prove problematic. Rookie gets involved with his 6th kill of the game.
As well, I think LCK had a very quick one at some point, but now with vision control denied and Tristana on Dragon and Baron, Tristana is a good Baron taker. Rookie trying to just hold the door shut. Teleports coming in, double teleports from TT.
That's a huge win already. NIP lands a little bit of a play onto Chocho, but that teleport in the mid lane from Shanji is a little bit bold, but he is in a Cassante, just goes all out, drags 1xN away, who does manage to flap, does get knocked up by the depth charge though, cannot fly far enough away. No mum there to save him, it's a dead Dragon. St. George in the mid lane lances him down, and they'll get all the kills they could ask for, and they get to back away to Baron too. ThunderTalk before he can use his stand behind me to get in front of the Smolder. There's just nowhere to go.
Yeah. Did you know that the heart is not the strongest muscle?
Tongue, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure the tongue is the strongest muscle. Yeah.
Considering
meaning to those words behind them, NIP, they're spoiling for a fight. They've got Talir on the side, and here comes the ult.
And Rookie has been so willing to make this happen. 1xN still safe, but not doing that much meaningful damage. Smolder's mother comes in, the ultimate in helicopter parenting, not doing anything to keep the support alive. The jumps begin, the resets, doing so much work as the Crescent Guard denying so much damage. 1xN cannot do meaningful stuff yet. Wait, the execute 1 begins to come on through. Shanji into the backside. 1xN flashing over the wall, continue to try and run, but the hops keep going. There's just not enough there. A triple kill to Photic and NIP. Make it a 2-0. The Ninjas assassinate ThunderTalk, who have no more words to say in this series.
Oh, it takes some acrobatics from Photic, but all of those jumps are just stomping down on ThunderTalk, who will be given their 8th loss in LPL Spring 2024. This one might just see them out of playoffs, so close enough to it as NIP. This is a big pressure relief for them. They've been waiting for a win for a little while now, and they're finally getting with 3 globals to semi-globals, because if Ari is kind of comboing up with the play, she can start a fight off from anywhere on one side of the map by just pressing the ult button and starting to dash towards a play. If you have way on that side of the map, and then Gala flying around.
Narrows your actual effective windows of power. For all, it's a very effective window of power. It gives you less options. Chrono comes on down. They'll go into the backside onto really key targets. Senna murders Brand, and IG just falling apart here. LNG pull the trigger, and this Dragon proves to be an absolute graveyard. Charnel House in the river.
And LNG find themselves an early fight. LNG have not found early fights for themselves in the majority of this split, but they pick up a 3-for-none in the bot side of the map, despite the fact that IG had themselves early control. It's good gold onto multiple members. It's spread across the team, and I think that's important for them. A little bit of gold over to the Ari, a little bit of gold over to Gala on the center as well, particularly in the fasting variant, or I guess in this case it's more like the not against the Brand. I think that now with the gold from the early clear built up as well, he needs to be careful not to give Brand this damage.
They are going to try and go on in. Blows up on the Fear's pretty good, running away from Leon, but the damage back is brutal.
That's the Brand.
Brand did so much, but that's before he's got all the items he needs. Still, though, gonna still lose the fight. You've got to imagine as Gala comes forward, trying to get some work. The charm is good onto Cryan, who's get with the last embrace, nowhere to run. The piercing darkness not quite enough. Leanne, still enough of a into the enemy jungle, stole Sejuani's blue and glomp from under her nose, and then killed her. So I literally got to invade her, having full cleared and get
what now period, where you'd be able to just respond to anything on the map, and you'd always be in position for it because the enemy jungle was clearing in the same way. Feels like nowadays, though, it's a little bit different, and with Weiwei and Leon both at their item power spots, they can now do some real damage. Dragon and Tower going to the side of LNG. IG behind a significant amount of gold, despite the fact that we said, hey, you know, great item up. Gold lead very much firmly in their advantage, and now they're playing to the side lanes. Cryan has a flash. Can he use it?
I think he can get far enough away because Weiwei was beyond him. He cannot break the Fear tether and is immediately thrown.
Get away from it. And Cryan, maybe if he had the Alt W, could have healed enough to flash out. Just not the case, though. LNG get themselves a big pick, and there's another hook. Wink has ults.
There's teleport behind as well. I don't think Wink's ult's going to keep him alive here. We'll buy some time, but I just don't think he can do that much. A scout immediately to the backside onto Leanne, who is the key target. Zucker goes all out and brings down the Brand, who is now just a outline on the ground for CSI to deal with later. Arm goes forwards, and Zucker just continues to dash on forwards. Forgive me, IG.
In this game, and maybe the whole series, that would be very important for them. They do not want to be dropping to 8 losses.
Do not at all. It's Gala and Weiwei 2-manning the Dragon right now. Wink is over the wall, but just look at the amount of vision control. It's so hard to get on in here. Arn still stuck under tower. Soul Point going over for free, and LNG continue this very
high percentage because they had everything in the right place that they could just do stuff like this and play towards their combo.
Fear comes on through. YSKM doesn't get all that much value out of the counter-X. Of course, there's still the shield to work with. Some Dusk Bringers and some Umbral Claws do exactly key position in terms of managing where LNG are on the map and where you are in respective to it.
There are 4 sweepers from LNG to control the vision, but this could just be Scout dead.
He's gone. That's a fantastic pick. Scout a little bit too eager, does not get to ult, does not get to flash, immediately picks up.
Okay, this is Baron start now. I think that's the territory. You don't have the knockdown ult. That was pulled in that play. Scout goes down trying to clear vision. They had 4 sweepers. They were trying to starve out the wards from Invictus Gaming, but the Baron goes.
Got to keep your eyes on as well because Brand and Varus shred this so fast. They're going to start the fight. Still the full V5. Big damage onto Wink, but he's got an ultimate. In comes the Dawning Shadow. Weiwei on the side. Will manage to immune it for now. And IG hit with the last embrace. YSKM throws down the counter strike. Flash on into the backside. And LNG, how much more can they do? But Scout has no teleport, so cannot look to even rejoin the fight afterwards. And LNG still got Baron aggroed on the
fight now while YSKM is out of position. No, they can't. Wink has his ult again. They would love to be able to chunk through that Alistair before he can get full value. LG have a contest on range. Carl is chunked.
He is, but he gets the heal up. Watch YSKM though, looking to get into the backside. Already 2 kills down though, because Brand is dead before doing anything valuable. The Pyroclasm comes across to low avail. LNG crush the fight. A triple kill to Scout. An ace that goes the way of Zucker. And they'll claim Soul and Baron after this. And IG, there was a brief hope after the last pick. It's dead now.
IG will not have themselves a kill this game. They get the 1 before this fight, but they can't even. Blood Razor, honestly, on center kind of counts as a full item. That damage is nasty. Try and get some decent damage on the Mantra Q across the wall. His Mantra will be up soon, and actually, you can see that Hung's actually just been caught out a little bit, stunned in the front line.
Scout to the backside, though, as well, causes vast quantities of damage. Has found Brand and Varus every single bloody fight. There's nothing to be done. Invictus Gaming find no victory today as LNG put him to the sword.
Scout pulls out a champion, which he's not necessarily known for, but I think he's starting to make a little bit of a name for himself. I love the timing in which Scout used the Ahri to get onto the backline with his team. This has been a level of cohesion LNG have struggled to find in 2024. It's just game 1. It's their first game without their old head coach of Crescent, but this is looking like it's pretty confident from LNG.
Dead to rights. LNG start the snowball. They do not let it up, and it becomes an avalanche by the end. A lot on individual prowess to make it work. And, you know, in fairness, Zyra Calm with the Karma behind it, it's not bad, but is it enough?
Well, the thing is, you say it's mid-game brawling potential from LNG. I want to focus more on the early game.
Yeah.
Udyr gets...
It is north.
Yeah, it's the west. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it's of the north. Oh, shit, you're right, yeah. So, Black Dogs of the north.
We've got to fight. We've got to fight. It's important. There's so much time. Oh my god, the Feather Pulse really good. Gala bailed out, trying to get some more damage. I'm laughing my head off. as actually it does work out. It gets very close, but IG win out of the...
So if you get knocked up and then the jump comes through, obviously the jump's going to go through. That's how the weird thing with Tristana buffer is that you press the button, it takes a while for the jump to start. So right there, you press it just before you get hit, you end up getting out of it as it goes after that point. It's where you can buffer out of things. Wait, walking up to Leon, uses the on-hit damage from the bush passive of Ivan. What's the interesting thing which people forget about is that if you are stood in a bush near Ivan, you get Ivan's W contest from IG, despite the fact that Leon is down here. But Weiwei's going to take a hell of a lot of damage.
Away stays alive. The trigger seed just about enough to keep him alive to tell the tale. But Leon takes this opportunity now to go hunting for some more camps. If Weiwei stays on this, he could well get run into. He needs to not be here. Jumps over the wall. Worse, just dies. Doesn't get to smite.
He was being cast though, so he does end up reactively stepping back out of that one, and Leon once again just about loses out in the mind game of where those skill shots can go. And of course we said that he had the double boots to just kind of but it's just not really the same as when previous seasons you go for the Ardent Sensor and the Athene's on Holy Grail as well.
Yeah.
Gala, you need to be careful here. You don't have any vision.
Oh boy, he walks up way too close to that bush. If you know there's going to be so.
He gets out of completely fine. Zucker left alone on top side with 5 grubs. Yeah. Walking up to tower and taking that one. However, IG they're cross-mapping. They're starting up on this. Wink looking for an engage. Hung flashes out.
Gets the handshake afterwards. Wink, though, will get to battle dance away. The hostile takeover forces on to attack their lover. Scout onto the other side. Gets an explosive charge and chunk into Leon, who doesn't have that much mana. Here comes Wink, and trying to make this one happen. Zucker is here. The Fate's Call comes on through, trying to turn this one back around. YSKM needs to be a bit afraid as the ghost is popped. YSKM, though, being handshook on the other side. Scout doing vast quantities of damage. They do kill off YSKM. Weiwei's still alive. A Buster Shot gets another. Rocket jump away. Zucker, Iron Mantles to heal, and Arn just cannot do enough.
This was always the worry. What happened? This happened. It's very hard to chunk through the targets you want to, and the damage profile from LNG is so nasty if their carries get to keep on firing. IG will get to walk away with a dragon. We'll get them towards that, the second dragon of the early game, but LNG already flexing their muscles in the pure 5v5. IG needs to be worried about that.
Dragon still double 80 carry plus a brush maker. The siege potential of this comp is so huge. They get to hit towers and they disappear.
Herald going towards mid lane, 5 grub buff, and you can see they're just putting up the brushes and walking forwards with the front line. IG, they can't defend these towers.
And immediately into the Herald goes Gala. They were trying to run towards his bot side. And
getting into a side lane, responding to mid lane if he's needed to be there. But besides that, just breaking down mid lane, side lane turrets to make sure there are big plays to be made there. He's getting a lot of gold from side lanes, just like Zucker is on this Udyr versus the Cassante. The 5 grub buffs making it so hard to defend the turrets, and in one fell swoop, LNG get all 3 outer turrets. This is LNG.
You just don't have the DPS right now.
Arn does not have Lord Dominates regards. It's an important point. Can Wink find the engage past the front line if it's about tanks? I think that IG lose.
Taken low, gets to the backside, but not taken down. Gala trying to flash away, does not. Bailed out briefly, does get reset, but the feathers come flying. It's 2 kills to Arn. YSKM trying to Scout into the Dragon Pit, but Scout hops back over and can begin to free fire. Still has shields, still has heals, gets one, cannot hop for another. The Hex Dragon's doing so much work at the back end of it all as well, and now the jungler and top laner just don't have the DPS, and IG make the fight work.
The spear lands onto Gala at the start of the fight, and here's the double front line. IG, they're starting to go on towards this dragon, trying to get themselves the soul point.
Going forwards, beginning to cause some trouble. YSKM on the backside though, he's trying to be frustrating himself. The spears begin to fly through. That's a phenomenal hostile takeover, but Weiwei is dead. Weiwei goes down. Scout knocked up, knocked down. They get the Xayah, but everyone else is dead.
What? Did everyone just miss what happened with the freaking Xayah ultimate? Does 5,000 damage before he goes down. Arn shreds through LNG. They cannot fight for that dragon, and 2 5v5s back to back, which are meant to be in their favor, go the way of Invictus Gaming, who want to take this the distance.
They'll go straight over towards the Baron at Soul Point. They'll get that on top of everything else, and what looked like it should have been difficult team fights, that's 2 phenomenal ones in a row.
Not stressed enough how difficult it is to play Nidalee against these kind of compositions. You don't have easy targets to assassinate in the front line. You've got to weave those spears into the back line. Doesn't have any magic penetration yet to get through the Kanik Rukun of Zucker. So if he ends up blocking those spears, you feel very muted, very blunted on the other side. And it feels like maybe they've done the hard work in terms of the team fights. They've managed to get themselves towards an inner turret here as well. Can they kill it? I'm not entirely sure. But again, those spears, if you can weave them past the front line, do so much knockdown damage.
Zucker
bully their way into River and try and just use their front line. It's been very hard for them to land the proper targets, though. As IG, they start the siege.
He's a little shy on mana. I don't think he can throw any more spears right now. He's hanging around in the jungle to give his jungle item regen a little bit more option. That spear does land. You can see his mana waiting for it to go up. Throw another spear. Wait. Go.
General to use much of their team fighting prowess anyway. They don't have great engage, especially through the cleanse. Look at that damage.
Wait, how much he gets on bound to the backside on, forced to order his own teammates is not great. The feathers are alright, but look at the redemption heal. It does so much work. Wise Game drags one back out. Gala trying to hop away. Look at the arm though. He's still alive. Trying to get something back. Wait, flashes just can't do enough as the feathers go into the air and tread some more. It'll be triple kill over to one, an additional one to Leon, and a full ace. LMG tried to make the flay happen. They only get one, and the game will be broken right here.
Whenever
right
Xayah walks into a late game fight with all of her summoners available to her, you are gonna have a rough time. It's more than that. It is a time which leads to the death of LMG in game 2. A solid game 1, a better early game. In game 2, IG, they slap back hard. It's through team fighting. They lose Wink on the Nexus, but who cares? They'll take it the distance.
Hungry spawns. He went for the flash Hail Mary. Could not make it work.
Han Solo, who shoots first? It was Han shot first. I don't care about your edits to your tape. We knew what happened in the originals. But either way, you need to pull the trigger first. Otherwise, it feels like the follow-up is so nasty from both teams.
Yeah, and you look at it now, and both of these
have as much early damage, and Wei, he might have to start Q, which is a bit of a pain for him. Immediately body blocked.
Got to interrupt as well. Nicely done by Leon, who's going to continue being so aggressive. Remember that last game he did basically, they're flashing for the additional hook. First blood to the graves, living up to his namesake. It's 6 foot deep.
Invictus game.
Wait, on the ground.
He's already taken the scuttle. He has himself a smite. Lien does as well. It could be a smite fight for this. But the thing is, what's going to happen with this top lane matchup? Wisecam can come down, and both solo lanes are going against Wei now.
Q3 lands, and we know what that means. It's third strike. And Wei out. The Untofos clobber him down. It's Crying that picks up the kill. And have like so many numbers pop up over his head because he's got a stack deck passive is kind of ridiculous. The loaded dice, actually, I apologise. It's the passive, isn't it?
Yeah.
His stack deck, which is the empowered autos. Still, gets a lot of extra gold. Rolled a 6. Feels pretty good. Scout on the wrong end of a tether. And eats a bit of a chunk.
He does. He's gone towards, again, the triple tonic, and the demon has come back into meta somewhat now. Zucker always was a very comfortable player of that Renekton. He was last year in spring. He was like the Renekton Jax 2 trick for a little while. And it felt like those were his best champions by far. Okay. Again, he has flashed in to get the charm after. Yes, they can.
Did that range of follow-up so huge. Scout gets a reset on the ultimate and just gets
out his own vision. Has flash. He doesn't have ult. He's probably gonna have to blow it now.
I don't think it gets him out. Where on earth would he flash to safety? Lane gets vengeance for the catch over by the Raptors.
So, Wink gets onto the board again. One of his best champions this split has been the Nautilus, and it leads to an important pick before the Dragon. So IG, they're going to try and stack up these 2 early Dragon. Scout, it does have a teleport, but his death time is too long to come into this play.
Still collateral damage. They're going to come and try and play this one anyway. The teleport
5v4.
is here. This will be a 5v4. Gold card can start to fly. Zucker thinking about coming over the wall. The Smolder ultimate comes flying. Zucker still here, still charging, still got full fury to try and find someone. Flashes on in, does get one, but the turnaround is monstrous as YSKM punish them for over-engaging. Yeah, they get one, but Smolder's gone. The teleport comes in from Scout, who's got the ultimate running, but it's still a 3v3. Gold card lands on a Scout, cannot get far enough away. Flashes and still dies. Zucker still trying, but cannot cull anything but his own health bar. He is the completely out of hand yet, but that was a bad fight.
Now IG, they have themselves a very comfortable gold lead now, and when you
into a Smolder,
Wink's up here as well. We could have ourselves a bit of a fight. I don't think IG know that there's a roam coming through. Here comes the teleport. This is a full-on brawl.
Very bold. Tower's gone, so that will be dead. Now the fight can contend to the other side. They're going to try and cease and desist to get into the back end. Don't get any value. Is on, murders the Crocodile. Wei has no way out of this one. They get another kill. Smolder's here finally, but what's he gonna?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit of that triaging of a bit of a corpse at this point. 3 dragons going over to the side of IG. Gala, some time alone in this top side. How much can... 157 stacks. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's a far cry off of 225. He needs to be, once again, for what we've seen from Smolder, that late game insurance. It's going to be pretty hard this game, though, particularly with the point-and-click gold card, with the movement speed.
NG players that try to force their way in through a hung, though. Solid enough flank, has the empowered blast cone to launch him right into the backline if he wants to take it. Moves away, Tries to find another angle of attack. Zucker lurking as well. Scout off to one side. This has to be the fight that works for them.
Gala has the execute. Zucker's not. Oh, they find a pick.
That's not bad. They get the TF. Fantastic moment. Is this it? Has Smolder finally come online? Mother is here. And the parental supervision might be enough. Trying to get something on the other side of YSKM. Gets launched back over the fight. The damage coming flying on through. They get a couple kills back, but Smolder untouched. LNG have done it again.
And stopwatch or no, Arn can't keep himself safe. Doesn't even have a chance to press the stasis. Probably a misplay there from Arn. And
around, what is this gonna be? The flip, the turn, just a bait. Yet to know Hung. Next flashes over the wall. Zucker looking for an angle in. This time there aren't the same flags. Looking to try and get down the Baron before he can get in. But look, he managed to cease and desist in. We can try and play out. Dies before we can look for the smite. Now it's no smite available, which should mean IG secure. Fight continues. Wise came into the backside. Cannot quite get onto Gala, who burns him out. It's still going to be the death of Zucker. It's going to be 2-for-1 in favor of IG alongside the Baron. TF comes on in, looking for a gold card. Charm doesn't come on through. He cancels the gate.
Oh, hang on. Wait. He did this funky thing where you end up using your Zhonya's to cancel your ult. Did he just do that?
I think he must have done.
Let's have a look at his inventory. Yeah, he used his stopwatch to cancel his ult, realizing it was a mistake.
Does end up getting stopwatched instead on the other side. The gold card lands onto Hung, taken pretty low. Flash on forward from Wink, who will make the enemies close their eyes. Is it on? Dead to Smolder. Gala still breathes more fire. The super scorcher breath turns more into an inferno.
Oh, it is all about this AD carry. It's always been about this AD carry.
Gala with the Achu coming on through. It's the hydrogen baby, that amalgamation of the various memes. Now they're going to try and play this one out.
Vision, gold card.
Onto Hung, turning around, but that means Gala untouched for now. Damage onto Winkus, used with the shields, keep him alive. Down goes Hung, overcomes the Smolder ultimate to little avail. Destiny Gate pulled low, but come back away.
So that's going to be Chemtech Soul over LNG. They try and approach the river. They get vision control. You can't hide from the Twisted Fate ultimate though. Just pulled out to make sure that IG had full information of that.
They try to get through, but don't taken down. Solo out. Baron secured. IG still trying to play out the fight. Can they retreat or can they keep going forwards? Another sneeze from this Smolder could prove to be a pandemic of disaster. Zucker going forward. Scout can't quite land the charm. Trying to get to the backside. Always damage on him. Gala still untouched. Super Scorcher breath on murders Zucker, but Smolder roars to life again. It might just be another pentakill. He's got the triple. He's got the quadra. Say it with me. Pentakill!
It's another pentakill for Smolder, the fastest champion to reach the 25th pentakill in their career of all time. What can't this champion do? You can take your 200 years of game design. Smolder is a mythical beast from the Legends of Aeons, and LNG will finally close out the series. Invictus Gaming, JD Gaming, and Top Esports will have to wait another day to lock playoffs.
How many times have we seen LPL trust? How many times has this man picked up a pentakill? He has a propensity for them. The game looked doomed. He hits 4 items, he hits the stack mark, and he brings them all down to earth. There is no knight alive that can slay this dragon.
Oh my gosh.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LPL Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.